I hear there are almost 7 billion people on the planet. 7 billion human beings. And there is one thing that is common to us all. One thing that is common to us all that unites us together, that is already accomplished, that is naturally present, that is ever present, that has been forever present, that will be forever present. And that is our own awareness. Our own awareness, which is vast like infinite space rather than being confined to a skin line, is what unites all of us together. And nothing need be done to be that awareness. Each one of us, without any effort at all, has the direct evidence of our own awareness. And that awareness has never been touched by anything. It's completely unaffected by anything at all, yet it contains and includes everything. And everything that it contains and includes is subsumed within it. And what that means is that awareness is the most comprehensive category. Everything that appears is subsumed within it, just like all of the planets and stars are subsumed within the cosmos. Awareness, vast like infinite space, has many appearances. Awareness, our awareness, we could call the pure view. And everything that is included and contained, subsumed within it, we could call points of view, just for simplicity's sake, rather than getting into all the descriptive labels of all the points of view. And all those points of view of the pure view of awareness are only the dynamic energy of awareness and nothing else. They don't look anything other than like anything other than awareness. Say this is awareness, this sheet of paper, and it's the pure view of awareness. The points of view or dynamic energy are also non-different. They're non-different. Nowhere on there do we see anything we can call a point of view. So we could do something like this and say, well, that's the dynamic energy. But it's inseparable, you see. It's inseparable. The dynamic energy of awareness is inseparable from awareness, like the color blue is inseparable from the sky. Like the brilliance of a diamond is inseparable from the diamond. The brilliance of a diamond is the dynamic energy of a diamond. The many colors, the colors of the rainbow that come out of a crystal are the dynamic energy of the crystal, but they're all inseparable from the crystal. So when it comes to our own true nature and who we are as human beings, we have to realize, more importantly than anything, that we already are who we are. We are awareness, and that awareness has never been affected or contained or fettered or adulterated or unpurified by anything. No matter what arises in awareness, it only is awareness and nothing else. It has never been anything other than that. So all that awareness could be considered to be, if we wanted to give it one descriptive label, is enlightened intent. That's what awareness is. It's enlightened intent. So if awareness, vast like infinite space, aware basic space, is enlightened intent, what that implies as well is that all of its dynamic energy is enlightened intent. So all the points of view that occur to awareness, no matter what they may be, positive, negative, or neutral, they are as a vast expanse of equalness and evenness, an expanse of bliss, an expanse of wisdom, an expanse of compassion, an expanse of wholly positive benefit intent that has never been anything other than that. So in a very personal way, when it comes to all of our own points of view, all of these appearances, the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations, the actions, the accumulated memories of our life, our personal identity, all of these are just points of view within the pure view of our awareness. But if we take ourselves to be only the dynamic energy of awareness, without acknowledging the underlying basis, the source or condition for all those points of view, then we don't know ourselves completely. We don't know ourselves completely at all. Or if we see what is good and whole and pure about ourselves as something over here and the points of view over here, and that we need to transcend the body and all of its goings on and go over here to find it, then we're going to likely be lost in a lifetime of searching, efforting, and attempting to achieve what we already are. So through the key point of the Great Freedom Teaching, which is effortlessness, we rest, we relax in an uncontrived way, knowing that each of these points of view, no matter what its descriptive label, is the dynamic energy of awareness and nothing else. And as we rest, we realize more and more the essence or ground, the glow of being of that point of view, rather than only the point of view or the descriptive label itself. We rest naturally, we rest completely, we rest without trying to rest. All points of view already are natural rest, no matter what they are. So when we realize who we are in this totally effortless way, it can happen just like that, or there can be a gradual familiarization with that. Who we are is beyond any speculation about whether it's gradual or sudden. So we don't even need to get into all those points of view of trying to figure it out. We can just say, well, we already are who we are, and I want to be more familiar with that. It's as simple as that. And, you know, once we hear that that is possible, well, then also, you know, we can hear that it's possible. Everyone in this room has heard endlessly that this is possible, that we already are who we are. So what's the next step? Well, the evidence. We want the evidence. We want the evidence in our own direct experience that this is what we are, and that it's already accomplished, and that we can grow gradually familiar with that. It doesn't mean we need to exclude anything, so I want everyone here to know that. The Great Freedom Teaching is a teaching of total openness. The teaching is given here, but other teachers can use the teaching too. We don't have, you see, awareness has no limits or restrictions. It doesn't need to be guarded or defended or anything else. So here in the Great Freedom Teaching, the teaching is a teaching of great openness. It's open to everyone. Nothing is required, like signing up, leaving your guru, never going to your ashram again. The commonality here is humanness, and the humanness of our own awareness, that we already are who we are, that we can count on that above all else, that in each perception and each point of view that arises, no matter what it is, we're already timelessly free. We're already timelessly free. Even though we may have taken ourselves to be someone who is totally bound by time, it matters not. We're already timelessly free. We don't have to get timelessly free in the future. Do you understand what I'm saying? What is timelessly free is timelessly free, with never knowing any kind of description of past, present, or future, yet all descriptions of past, present, and future are included. So see, no matter how much we engage in representational thought or intellectual speculation, we can never arrive at the direct experience of this through intellectual speculation and representational thought alone. If we want to engage in representational thought and speculation, in meditation, in yoga, in mantra repetition and chanting, and being a garbage collector, and whatever it is our sadhana is, what is guaranteed in everything, a homemaker, a parent, whatever it is, what is guaranteed is that we're already timelessly free in each perception. And all that means is when a perception arises, rather than making up a big story about its cause and effect relationships and how it's this thing or that thing, caused by that, affected by that, spun out into a story about this one and that one and the other thing, that we just rest naturally in a totally uncontrived way as the essence of awareness that is the glow of being of every single point of view. And when we have that freedom of vivid wakefulness, bare awareness as the essence of one perception, many perceptions suddenly are included in that. Suddenly we directly experience that that is the case for many of our perceptions. So we're not working on one perception at a time. In fact, we're not working at all. We're just getting familiar with the natural ease that is the essence of our being. Look at everything that is. Is there any effort in pure space? You know, is there any effort in pure space? Has pure space ever been tied up in knots? Has the pure space of awareness ever been tied up in anything? Well, when we look at through our own direct experience at our own awareness, we can see in a very simple way that all these points of view that occur within the pure view of our awareness, that each one of them is like a mirage. It's like a sound and an echo. Even if we tried to hold on to that point of view, we couldn't do it. We couldn't possibly do it because it vanishes naturally, leaving no trace. It's the dynamic energy of awareness. It's its own undoing. It vanishes completely naturally, like the flight path of a bird in the sky. Nothing needs to be done about it. We don't need to go up there and get the bird to effort in some way for its flight path to vanish. It just does it in and of itself. And all our points of view, no matter what they are just like that. If we've taken them to be anything other than that, like an habitual pattern, what would be the basis of the habitual pattern? What would be the basis of the habitual pattern? That's what we have to look at. What would be the basis of the accumulated memories of a personal identity? In order to truly understand a personal identity or its habitual patterns, we would have to know the underlying basis of those, right? And the underlying basis of all of those is that each of them is without independent origin. It is without independent nature. It is without independent condition or cause. What is true of all points of view, no matter what they may be, is that they have a constant as awareness. Awareness of being naturally present. Awareness as our gender, whatever that might be. Awareness of being born. Awareness of having life. Awareness of impending death. For all of us as human beings, there's awareness of impending death, no matter who we are. So you see, when we come face to face with ourselves, what we see is that all of our points of view, no matter what they are impermanent. They're neither pure nor impure. They are simply as the dynamic energy of our own awareness. When we rest naturally in a totally uncontrived way, as the essence of being, the ground of being, that is the truth of each of those perceptions, awareness only, then more and more we realize that our ordinary body, speech, and mind based on point of view that we may have taken ourselves to be, as it relaxes, we see all of a sudden that there's a secret reality that's always been the open secret. It's always already here. It always already is the reality of who we are. As we relax in a totally uncontrived way, totally freely as every single perception, without trying to do anything like cultivate or develop good behavior or anything else, when we acknowledge the essence of our being in this totally straightforward and profound way, this profound way that more human beings throughout all of human time have realized who they are. Millions of people have realized who they are through the teaching of natural rest. When we stop all the doing and relax as the essence of our being, we find that what is innate to us, what is inherent, what is already present, is a tremendous warmth of wisdom, of love, of bliss, of compassion that is already here. It's already here, and we don't have to do anything to get it. It isn't required that we develop it, that we cultivate it, or anything else. We can try to develop it and cultivate it. Everyone in this room has attempted to do that. Yet there is a more direct way than that. It's a much more direct way. It's the naturally present, naturally occurring reality of what we are. So when we relax, we realize that all these points of view that we've taken to be ourselves, that we've identified as who we are, and taken our body, speech, and mind to be all of these points of view, that more and more we realize that our body, speech, and mind also is unchanging. It's unchanging awareness, unwavering awareness. Unwavering awareness that is the emanation of tremendous benefit beyond anything that could ever occur from ordinary body, speech, and mind. And all this already naturally present. Already naturally present and known only through uncontrived rest. And that exalted body, speech, and mind that is already naturally present, the exalted body, speech, and mind of enlightened intent, has tremendous power and force. And all of this, we can't do our way into it. We can't do our way into it. Maybe occasionally there is the realization of this after a lot of doing, but the doing may just be coincidental. If all the doing there is to be done actually resulted in something, then all the doing that has been done would have resulted in something for many, many people. So we always have this direct means at our disposal, the direct means of the immediate direct experience of awareness, that which can't be given to us by anyone, taken away by anyone, or confirmed by anyone. We all know so naturally whether we are at ease. Whether we are at ease is the ground of every perception. When we're at ease is the ground of every perception, we don't need to work ourselves into a state. We don't need to work ourselves into a state like nothingness, or emptiness, or the void, or no thought, or no self, or a non-conceptual state, or an impartial or neutral state, or a fatalistic state, or a state of bliss or clarity, or any other state. We're not a state. We're not a state. If we wanted to simply state in the most simple, straightforward way who we are as human beings, we could say we are awareness.